So this will give you an idea of how we use rubrics to evaluate your learning. This particular rubric is for oral language, and there's a number of areas for you to look at. For one thing, if we were to look at, say, your strategies here, what we want to do is we want to see how do you adjust your volume and tone of voice when you're speaking. Do you ask questions to clarify ideas and extend discussion? Are you able to restate? Like, are you able to say what the other person said in your own words to be able to extend the conversation? Because that's really important with listening skills. Are you able to actually listen to somebody talk and then kind of talk and say right back to them what they told you? That way they know you listened. So the areas that we would look at are whether or not you're not yet meeting expectations, if you are meeting expectations, if you're fully meeting, or if you've gone way past what we expect. So what would it be like if you're not really getting to the point where you should be in grade 5? Well, maybe somebody has to tell you to speak up, or to speak slower, or to speak faster. Or maybe when you're trying to talk back to the person that spoke to you, they have to remind you about what they said. That would be somebody who's not yet meeting expectations. This is where we want you to be, is at a fully meeting expectations. Some people are going to be exceeding because they're very good listeners. So a good listener and a good speaker is going to be able to adjust the volume and the way they're speaking so they sound interesting when you're listening to them. They're able to ask questions and be able to do this without somebody saying, okay, ask a question. And they're able to sort of tell that person back what they're doing. Another area that you might look at is about exchanging ideas and information. So that means when you're speaking, are you using gestures? Are you looking at a person? Are you speaking very clearly? And what kind of vocabulary are you using? Is it interesting to listen to you speak? Or are you talking in a monotone like this and somebody's going to fall asleep? Another thing to look at is actually your listening skills themselves. And in this box here, it's really great to look at in science. So we're going to create some videos to show you what it looks like when a person isn't meeting expectations, and when a person is, and when a person's exceeding, looking at science in particular, especially with predictions. So this is how we're going to use our rubric. The last thing as well is reflection, and reflection is not going to happen with every single thing that you do. Reflection is going to be sort of a little bit at the beginning of the year, how am I doing, and then a little bit at the end of the year, and hopefully you're doing better. So you should be able to, by the end of the year, be able to tell your teacher at least 3 or more different things that you do well as a listener or speaker.